Welcome everyone to the Touhou 1cc guide series. This is the last episode. Yes, this is the extra stage episode of Touhou 6, the embodiment of Scarlet Devil. I'm going to do a comprehensive routing and hopefully make it easier for not so experienced players to get through this stage. With that said, let's get to the first point. For this stage, we are going to use the non-homing shot type. Yes, it might sound strange, but for the extra stage, the non-homing shot type is a better shot type all around. There's a reason. The reason being the first spell card of the extra boss, which has some borders that have a hitbox like an enemy, which makes the homing shot type prioritize them, and then we lose most of our damage to the boss and makes the spell card take a really long time, which makes it way harder to dodge it and to do it in a reasonable way. So let's choose the non-homing shot type and go through the extra stage. Here we go. Well, most extra stages start with streaming. This one is no different. We are going to stream these fighters that are going to spawn like this: left, right, left, and right again. This is basically the beginning section. We are collecting this power. We stay on this side and slowly move to the left to shoot these fighters that spawn down as best as we can. I missed my cut back there, but it's fine. We have to collect a specific amount of power in this section here, which sometimes can be a bit hard. But I think I'm fine. We are going to stay on the middle here, shoot this fighter down best as we can, move up, wait, collect the power just in the right moment, and shoot the next fighter down, which spawns again in the middle, and then we move to the left. Well, that's the next motion we are going to do, but this full power clear here makes it way easier to do this next section, because the bullet density got reduced a whole lot, which makes it way easier, because that section, if you don't clear the bullets, is basically a reset section, because it's RNG dependent how the pattern is, and you have to dodge it every time differently, and it makes it really hard. So that's why we use that full power clear method there. Now we do left, right, middle, like this. Now you can see the bullet density here is relatively decent to dodge. The next section is this fighter here. This is basically a I'm going to kill you fighter. The only point it's there is to maybe force a bomb or a life out of you, which is absolutely not acceptable, so this is the next reset point. If you die here, you have to reset the stage and try again. This fighter is also RNG dependent how these lanes spawn. You want to move out of the way like that, and you can ignore the fighter. It doesn't drop any resources. This fighter is really evil, I must say. I've resetted so many times the stage because I died there. You have to really watch for a clear lane and dodge through it. And the blue bullets are basically walls, and sometimes you have to do some crazy movement and dodge through. It's rough, so you are going to probably reset a lot and dodge it a million times until you learn how to do it somewhat consistently, because I sometimes still die to that fighter. Anyway, now the mid-boss appears. Pacholi, yes, Pacholi appears as mid-boss. She is going to do this first spell card, which we are going to shotgun and trying to stay as high as possible until the light blue bullets close in on us, which is going to force us to move downward. But until that happens, we have already dealt so much damage that the spell card should be over, which makes it way easier to survive that spell card. On this next spell card, I'm going to use a bombing method which is going to trivialize this spell card. But first you have to dodge through these two gaps here, move in between here, bomb when you get walled in, do as much damage as possible, and then the spell card dies. And that's also sometimes really hard, and for this spell card we do the same strategy. We do damage and then we bomb. Like that we can survive those spell cards without much problems. Now note, we still have one bomb left, and that bomb we can use on the next section, which can be pretty difficult. But for now, you want to move to the right, where I'm positioned now, and wait a bit, and sidestep this. Then you move to this side, move over, move to the left, you stay on the left? That was the right. Well, you can see the movement there. It's pretty rough. You have to analyze how the fire is shooted. It's a predetermined movement, actually. You stay on the right, you go to the left, you go to the right again, and then you go to the left again. But it's a bit harder than that, because you have to wait the specific amount so the fire is shoot, and you have to sidestep the bullets, and it's a hard section to learn. But you will overcome it at some point. Now, for this section, this is basically random spawning books. We have red snowballs and white snowballs. We have one book that shoots aimed snowballs in lines, you can see them here. And the other white snowballs, I don't know what they do. They are basically just to throw you off, I think, because they are really not really dense. The red ones and the aimed white ones are the ones you have to watch out for. And you have the bullets spawn somewhat decently, not very dense. And then for the last section, you have a really big cluster of bullets and books. They spawn, and this section here is where we are going to use the bomb if it gets dicey. So let's see. I can make it through here, and I made it through. Now you want to somewhat stay on the left side here, and then start to stream to the right, depending in which position you are on the screen. If you are on the right, if you dodge the big cluster of books on the right, you move to the left, and if you are on the left, you move to the right, which makes sense. You always want to stream into the side which has more space, so you can stream for a long amount of time. So, with that said, that was the stage portion of the extra stage. Now we have to tackle the boss, Flandre Scarlet. Here she comes. Ta-da! Well, I'm already scared, so I'm not going to let that bother me and jump right into the fight. First non-spell are going to be Rice Bullet Circles. This non-spell is basically every single time the same. It's just a bit of variations of rice bullets. Well, the gaps are pretty large, move slow, sometimes they overlap and get a bit smaller, but you should be fine dodging through it. Now this is the famous spell card where the homing shot type gets useless because of these borders that spawn on the sides. I'm going to try and dodge this spell card mostly in the middle because it's more convenient that way. You want to go to the sides like this and dodge most of these bullets like this, and try to keep the damage on Flandre as best as you can, and you should get through the spell card. Just don't stay on a spot the whole time and you will not get walled in, hopefully. Next up, this non-spell, Rice Bullets again, variation of the first spell card. A non-spell, variation of the first non-spell. This is the second non-spell variation. It's just a bit faster and a bit denser. And that's all. Stay in your gaps, you will be fine. This spell card is pretty famous. It's somewhat easy if you do this strategy here, which I'm going to showcase, where you move over this, move to the left, defocus, tap up into the angle where the bullets are, this, move over this again, damage, move to the left, and like that, you can shoot it down really quickly. Next non is again a Rice Bullet Circle variation. All the non-spells are like that. Next up, we have Four of a Kind. Four of a Kind is somewhat a crisscrossing non-spell, a crisscrossing spell card I mean, and you have a safe spot at a specific position. And when the clones shoot the bullets, the crisscrossing of the red bullets actually gets less dense, which makes it easier to dodge the bullets of the clones, which is fork shape and ring and so on and so forth. You have to basically you have to crisscross dodge on the beginning, where every clone shoots the rice bullets, and when they start to shoot the non-rice bullets, the crisscrossing basically disappears and it's just rings where you have to dodge through, and you have to then change your dodging to I'm searching a gap to I have this position where I'm safe. It's like that. Okay, again, rice bullet non-spell. Variation of the variation of the variation. Really simple. Alright, next spell card is not so simple though. This one, she's going to make a grid of green bullets and shoot yellow bullets down, which is going to push the grid apart. You want to get inside the gaps here. And also watch out for the yellow bullets that come down, which can be really hard. And I'm also trying to stay on Flandre as best as I can to get as much damage in as possible, which is also hard. But you have to, the best thing you can do is watch out for the yellow bullets, and the green ones you have to look everywhere. It's a hard spell card, you have to get better at it, probably. Next up, rice bullet variation. Again, I already said that every non-spell is rice bullets. Why am I repeating this? You already know. Maze of Love. This spell card is not worth it. We are going to bomb and stay here. Do some micro dodging, and like that we should be able to survive. It's really hard, that's why I use the bomb there. But like that it gets a little bit easier only. Hey, it's another rice bullet non-spell. And for this one we are going to do something interesting. We are going to move up quickly as we can and position the hair of Reimu into the end of enemy. And now we are safe. You can take a pause and go for a drink. This is really a safe spot. You're not going to get hit. Well, now I can relax a bit and reconsider my life choices. Or just enjoy the nicely falling rainbow bullets. Or listen to the music and restore a bit of my brain power. Isn't this nice? You don't have to do absolutely anything. I love cheating strategies. Only 10 seconds left. Now, 10, 9, 8. Well, I'm not going to count down. Almost over. 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Spell card's over. Go down again. Another non-spell. This one is a bit hard sometimes because the rice bullets are curved and the gaps can get a bit small and difficult. But you should be fine. This spell card again. This one is a spell card where you are most likely going to die. I'm going to try my best and dodge it here. Almost. Well, I didn't have any bombs, so it didn't matter. Better to do as much damage as possible and survive. As long as you can. That non-spell there, it's pretty much streaming. There she didn't move much around. But sometimes she moves around a lot and you have to do re-streaming movements where you basically move a fast amount in one direction, you dash to one side and open a gap so you can go back and stream again. Anyway, next up is this spell. Okay. You want to move to the left on the beginning, you want to go to the middle again, you want to move to the right, you have to dodge everything of this, And you go to the middle again, move upward slowly, then you go back down, stay in the middle again, slowly go to the left, and that's that spell card. It's really hard, but you have to know that the laser, basically, the 4 lasers that spin around, well, it's 8 because it's 2 borders that spawn this laser. You see it, but the point is that when it spawns, it has some time until it gets a hitbox, so you can stay in the middle and don't have to move. It moves over you and doesn't kill you, which is really good to know, so you can do that movement I did there, because if you try to really 100% dodge the laser, you can't do it. The spray card would else be impossible if it wasn't like the laser was almost not there at the beginning, which is really interesting, but it's like that. It's strange. You can see I had 3 bombs. If I would have gotten hit, I would have bombed, so keep that in mind. Next up, survival spell. This spell can be nice or it can't be nice. You have to misdirect the bullets and move around. It follows you around basically. And then they spawn more of the bullets that follow you around. I like to basically trivialize this by using a bomb now, and that's it. Now they are going to spawn the first red square of bullets that moves inward. You want to dodge it like this. Blue ones stay on this height. Again from the bottom, green ones dodge through, dodge to one side, dodge to the middle again. Yellows move through as fast as you can. Yellows again, this one the other side, dodge through. Reds, the reds are faster, you have to watch out for them. Blues, stay down. If they spawn like this, you can hug the bottom. Greens, spawn through. The dog is not happy for some reason. But I'm concentrated here, I can't do anything about it. To survive here. And on the last second, they are going to use a bomb like this. That trivializes this as well. Last spell card. There we go. We want to do the same thing as with Sakuya's bouncing knives here. Go through the most open gap you can find. Well, it's more like the straightest gap. You have to position yourself, and the dog is really not happy. I have to let her out. 1 second, and they're turning in just a bit. Susie, what's wrong? Well, just a small setback. Let me go to my seat again, grab my headphones. Let's continue. Clear your mind, get ready, here we go. Whoa! Try to stay in the middle. Dodge through this. Like that. Everything's fine. Bomb. I have to clear this for the last section, which can get really crazy. But you can see, by cleverly using our resources and knowing the spell cards how they are, we can get pretty good through the extra stage without much problems. We have still 3 lives left, so you can make much more mistakes than I did and get through the extra stage, which is pretty cool. It's really not that hard if you have a good route and you know the spell cards a bit. You can watch this video and get the how is it called? Oh, what happened? Oh, my PC died. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, you can still hear the audio. 1 second. Oh, this is the most scuffed recording yet. Let me get out the charger. I always forget this for some reason. How to make a scuffed YouTube video 101. Alright, you. Now I have to change the scene because I don't want to show all of my screen. Here we are. Whoa, now the audio is strange. Well, that's what happens if it gets desynchronized. Anyway, this is going to be it for the extra stage, I guess. Wait, the audio is now good again. Ah, thank God. Okay, that was the extra stage. Make of it what you want. This was really I really had trouble filming this extra stage, and this is probably going to be the recording. I have tried so many times. It's so hard to talk and explain everything while playing. But I'm like that, I don't want to make it easy on me, so... That's it! This you was your host, Lorenzo. I say goodbye until the next game. Here we go. Later!